have a grasp on the major parts instead of like the last minor part. What do you say?
Let me open the guide, the blueprint. I'm not sure about it. So just a moment. Let me open the blueprint. Just, um, let me see.
Uh,
So okay, let me just
may I
work on.
share the
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure.
blueprint?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. Let
Okay.
me allow you. Your sharing. Okay.
Yeah, here's the blueprint. But how can I share it? Okay, okay. Okay, so so Zoom. Uh, yes, yes. Downloads, and here's your blueprint. Uh, Here's it. Um, uh, uh, Jane, can you
Uh,
check the chat? Chat box. Just
oh,
check out the chat box. I have shared the blueprint.
oh yes, yes. I saw it now. So let me. I just invite the channel already. So let me share screen with you guys. So in here, the one that I have looked at the content of the exam. So basically, um, this part, the DevOps fundamentals, there's a lot of overlap with this one, cloud computing fundamentals. So they talk about like DevOps and containers would be like these and these overlaps in this course. Let me show you the course. And like this, everything on here is just my guessing, you know. So if the exam is not aligned with it, don't blame me on this. But here is the DevOps and site reliability engineer. You can see here like they have the module on container and a module in cloud. So this module is more details on this course. And I share with you guys the article on what was suggested to study for the for this exam. So let me see. How do I see the course here? Okay, so cloud infrastructure. So in this cloud infrastructure, basically you got to learn. Well, you have everything in very details. Like you have containers, you have microservices, like another module on container here, and there's a module on Docker build. So let me see. Um, there's a module on here on Docker build. So it's very details. Okay, build Docker image is in the image building. So basically, that course cover both DevOps and cloud computing fundamentals, except for the Git concepts, which like Git push, Git pull, things like that. So it's very fundamental. So I have a look in all of these. All of these, it just require an understanding of knowledge. There is no implementation. The only part that require an implementation is at this one. So you have to know basic shell command. So I guess they will ask you like, what is ls in the, ls mean. So I find a very good material on this. So if you guys look at here, I put a link in here. Let me show you guys. Oh, okay. So let me click on here. So okay, this is LFCA. Um, so first for the first part here, Linux fundamentals, you got to learn the system terminology, and this is also in the one of the course that the article mentioned. And this one is essential command. So I list all of the essential command here for everyone to learn. So ls command, how to copy file, how to work with directories, go with directories. So I take that idea from this course. Is another certificate of Linux Foundation. Is for LFCS, so Linux Foundation Certificate System Administrator. So in there they have the module of essential commands. So in here, like they list out most of the essential commands, and I think this area and this part will be overlapped because both from Linux and they also have the similar content on that. So you can learn also system command, general network commands. So these you are not required to know about the command in these. You need to learn about knowledge of general structure of BIOS and basic shell command to manage to operating system only. Sorry, I got confused. Sorry, you need to learn about system command and networking commands, and all of these are in this folder here. I already linked the link. What I got confused with is this one, system administration fundamentals. So in this part, you just need to learn about the concepts only. You don't need to relearn about the commands anymore. So troubleshooting, you need to learn about the concept, and networking, you need to learn about the concept of networking for like, for example, let me show you guys. Oh, this is long. So in here, networking address, DNS, configuration and things. So these are the concepts, and the link here is more on like, networking module here, like configuring SSS service, configuring firewall. So all of the commands could be in here. So focus on this first, and if you have more time, then take a look at the networking commands and also like system commands. So it's in module 2, user and group management permissions. So at least out like that. And for the troubleshooting modules on this part, I'm not sure like what the materials they will ask you guys on. I try to look like troubleshooting, and there's some providing of like how to troubleshoot, like removing kernel, removing patch, and troubleshoot the server. So I guess it will be somewhere in that line. So you guys can go in here and explore more. I think this module is more than enough for the first part. So you guys good on that? And for this,
Perfect, perfect.
yeah, for this part, I have no idea. Like, I don't know where to even find it. So if you guys have any idea of where this part might come from, let me know. Oh, and I also want to share with you guys another material which is really good from O'Reilly. So if you have the subscription, you can go in here. In here is also have the Peterson Linux Foundation Certificate System Admin. So it's basically everything that I told you guys on GitHub. Like that GitHub page is like completely has everything, like everything that this course has. But then if you want to see like someone like to walk through it with you guys line by line, and you can see this course by Sander Van Wood or something like that. Yeah, but if you guys don't have time and you guys want to study like really quick, then that GitHub is more than enough. And for the cloud computing, I find it would be very helpful to follow this guideline, which is like which is I taken from the course of cloud computing that I show with you guys earlier on this introduction to cloud infrastructure and technologies. And in here they talk really deep on like different cloud concepts, which most of us already know from learning DP 200, and also through like working with Azure and stuff in our scholarship class. So we got this mostly covered already. There are some concepts that we haven't explored yet, which is here configuration as code and infrastructure as code. So this is in this part of the exam. Let me show you. So I guess it could be on the performance and availability, and this is a very, very popular concept. So I think it worthwhile for you guys to look on it. It doesn't explore more on like what does it mean by performance and availability, But also another module that you can take a look at is the part of debugging, logging, and monitoring. So if you look in here, there will be like different tools for cloud. So this one was the one that I talk about uh, configuration as code. So like Ansible, you can write in YAML, and basically you can set up like servers and system with just writing in YAML, which is like really basic, similar like English. I don't think they will ask you on. I don't think they will ask you like writing a code to set up a server, but you should know like what are the tools to configure it as code, and also Terraform, which is like, you know, let me show you first so that you know where it is. Here's Terraform. Okay, here. Terraform. So you can build and release different services on cloud with Terraform and CloudFormation. So take a look at this too. And of course, they have like really emphasized. You can see here they mention serverless multiple times. So pay attention to that. So serverless. Oh, I think someone is chatting. Sorry. Let me see. Oh, yes, the slide. I'll put it on GitHub right now, but I'll share with you guys here. Okay, I'll put on. Let me do it now because I have a goldfish memory, so I probably forget in the next couple minutes. So oh, I don't say it yet. Okay, let me do it later then. So anyway, please save the link now. I'll put it on GitHub. You guys know my GitHub already. So, you know, in the repository of a training, there will be a session on LFCA, and I'll put the link there. And I'll also put this video I'm recording. So I'll also put the video on YouTube, and I'll also include the link of my GitHub for the document sharing on there. So you guys will have all of the available documentation. So again, this is just my guessing. I don't know about details about the exam. So this is just what I find online. So I just want to help you guys out, and you know, also help myself to organize the information and categorize everything. So back to the point. Serverless. So it's not only Docker and container, but it's also serverless applications, which is like, you know, AWS Lambda or Azure Functions. So and again, they just ask for fundamental understanding of key concepts of cloud technologies. So focus on that. Don't focus on like how to set up, how to run commands. You know, as I discussed with you guys in the past exams sessions, always looking for the verbs in here. In here, they just ask for the fundamental understanding. So if you be able to tell like what AWS Lambda is, you know, like what it's used for, then I think you guys good on this. Don't overstudy this because it's a fundamental exams. The most difficult part, like Ali mentioned, I think it might be this part if you guys haven't worked extensively with Linux servers. So that would be the part that you really need to take a look on. On this, I think most of us who got a scholarship for Udacity, I think we will be good on this already. Security fundamentals, there's some component on that on the, throughout this course and throughout the GitHub course, but it's not so extensively. So, and I don't know how details it will be. So I list here like some of the concern that I mentioned in this course. So I'll show you guys. Okay, so how to be successful in cloud. In here, they're talking about some very briefly on like the cost strategy, like very briefly, and I don't, and it's also one of the module that is mentioned on here, like cloud cost and budgeting. So they mentioned it briefly on here. There's not much information on that, but let me see learning objectives. Hang on, I see this here, so let me show you guys also so you can take a look at that later on. So you know, back to the okay. So there's very briefly on this. So the categorize of the skill set of like container, Docker, Kubernetes, DevOps, something like that. Okay, let me show you the security part on here. Then I'll talk about the cloud cost and some of the point that you guys should know. Where is it? Okay, let me see. Okay, here the security concerns. So please go on this on your own time and take a look at some of the security concern here. But basically, these are the line that you want to Google and take a look at the terms. So you know what is the issue with privacy, data access, accountability on cloud. So you know Google that. So it will cover like some of the security concerns on cloud. And for system and network security, I find that this link might be helpful for us. So in here you will have like the overview, you know, of the network security, system security. And again, they just ask for fundamental concepts, so there's nothing that you should study in depth. You just should do, you see, like fundamentals, so understand and applying security concepts. So please just go on the fundamental level on here, don't go in deep on any of these. um okay, so that is the security fundamental. Let me know if you find this information helpful on the security, because this is also new to me, and I also have to take a look at it. I mean, like I know, like, you know, different username and login and command and stuff, but then I never dig deep into the security or so on. So that is the part for security. And the DevOps, as I mentioned in the beginning of the class. So the DevOps is somewhat real. There's two costs for the DevOps on EDX, which is the site where the article was linking to. The number one is Introduction to DevOps. And I have a look at it. A lot of it overlap with this course, which is Introduction to Cloud Infrastructure Technology. So definitely pay attention to this first. And on the DevOps, pay attention to modules like Git concepts, DevOps basis and containers and deployment environments. In there, they don't have the Git concept. So you need to take a look at Git concept somewhere else, but it's very basic. So you need to know about like Git push, Git pulls, you know, and yeah, and how a CI/CD environment works, which is not a concept that covered by the course. It doesn't have the Git concept, so it's something that you would need to look up outside, but surface level, nothing need to go deep. And you know, most of you guys probably already work with Git and how to Git push, Git pull, so I don't think it will be the trouble. So for this part, I was sharing like I don't have any idea where this part might come from. So if you know, then please let me know. Please share with the class also on this. So let me go back on this idea of cloud cost and budgeting. So in cloud, it's not it's not it's not that expensive to store the data, but it's always very expensive to storing the data is cheaper, relatively cheaper than other services. For example, if you want to analyze the data, if you want to query the data, if you want to process the data, like anything that you do in cloud, that to utilize the data on there could be very expensive. So you know you want to that that is the reason why you need to carefully planning your cloud strategy to utilize the cost. So some of the some of the usual method would be you take a look at your need and whether what model would you apply for that need. For example, you want to utilize the infrastructure of service where you have your VM and where you have to control your VM all the time, or you want to be like platform as service or software as service. And if you are unfamiliar with this concept, then I would like to invite you in the go back to our other session where we discuss about that. So let me go back to here. So it just demonstrate, you know, like you need to familiar with infrastructure as service, platform as service, and you know, software as service. So when you have this, then you need to think of, you know, what what will you use to execute your need, and the model that you need to consider is, you have to cost optimize it. You have to also, not only it cost cheap, but also you have to have operational excellence. You have to ensure the performance efficiency. The solution is reliability, and it have to be security. So for cost optimization, uh, is always the idea is that if your service is running constantly, like you have the constant workload, the workload doesn't change. Let me see if I have the slide here. Okay, so you can take a look more on I think it would be a good idea if you take a look more on Azure architect framework to learn more about like how to optimize costs on Azure. Well, it's not only on Azure, it's a similar strategy for all of the cloud. But since we don't have much information from the Linux Foundation, we can, since most of us here use Azure, then we can take a look at this Azure document to understand more. So you can, in there is a cost optimization module that you can take a look in here, like how to optimize quality, speed, efficiency, and reduce the cost. So basically, again, if you have a stable workload that you run like 24/7, there's no search on the workload, then it would be a good idea to use infrastructure as service. If you don't have a stable workload, like sometimes you use it, but then it doesn't need to be on all the times. And the workload could be searching a lot, like sometimes it's huge, like for example in the traffic time, it's search like a lot by a lot, and then like in the non-traffic time, like it's reduced. Then you might consider about serverless applications. So those would be the fundamental keys when you talk about cloud cost and computing. Yes, so that's it for all what I need to share today. So I wonder how you guys are learning with the class, and how when are you registering for exam, and whether you have more questions on, like how to pass this exam.
Thanks, Dan, for this session. Yeah, these resources that you shared, they are very good. So as of now, I'm also following this the edX courses, like for the cloud infrastructure course, as well as the Linux fundamentals and the DevOps. So they are very good. And the other resource that you shared for from the GitHub, the LFCS, I think that seems very good for a quick review or something like that.
Mhm.
So maybe like once I'm done with these three, I'll like use it for a quick review. For the other parts, as you have mentioned, like it's good to have a knowledge of them. Like you don't actually and like need to implement something. Like if you have a good knowledge of the other, like the I think system administration or network thing or the cloud thing. So I think that would be like not much difficult, or not that much I guess difficult to prepare.
Mhm.
So yeah, so as of now I'm going this way, like yeah. So these are the other resources that you shared, they are good. I'll follow this presentation also, maybe uh, hopefully it would be a good.
Yes, definitely. And remember, guys, this is the fundamental exam, so don't stress too much. Just go over, like for example, cloud computing, etc. Just go over and make sure you know like what is Ansible, what is Terraform, what is AWS Lambda, and where does it use. And I think that would be it. That would be the essential part, like Alice said.
And just one more thing, I'll add one more thing. As you said, you mentioned about overlapping of certain topics in these edX courses. So you are right. For example, the DevOps and the cloud, they have like a lot of topics and a lot of software that they talk about. They kind of overlap. So uh, uh, so don't like waste too much time in going to the great details of the application. You just need to be familiar with the general understanding, and like if you are going through all the edX courses, so you will automatically get the stuff reviewed, because things they kind of keep on coming again
Mm-hmm.
in different courses.
Mm-hmm. Totally, totally. And for the last module, do you guys have any idea about this module? Because I cannot find the information anywhere else. Like,
uh, for now, like I didn't even look at this section. Like my full focus is on the commands, like although I've used Linux but not that much, so like I really need to get through all those commands and get a like kind of good understanding. So I didn't get any time
mm,
to like see the last option. But as Ali was talking about earlier, this section I think has the least percentage. I'm not sure if you could. Say.
it's good.
So this has a very low percentage, but for now, so that's why I'm not focusing that much on it right now. Like, but maybe if I get through the earlier concepts, then I'll
Mm-hmm.
maybe try to find out what should be the good resources or
Yeah,
appropriate resources.
that's good. That's good. So yeah, the I hope that it doesn't have any high point on this, because how else I would be very screwed on that. But for the comment wise, remember like I go here and I check for the comment already. So remember, you need to know like how to list how to list files, how to list folders, wildcast, how to copy files from different folders, how to work with directories, like how you go in the directories and how you go out from the directories, how to move file, remove files, like different way to like search for the result that you want using like wildcast regular expression. So you can see more with like working with the text files to like how to work with the text file on Linux, because Linux have the terminal commands and also the interface, which is in a different module that is belong to the system terminology concept. And for the system, I think the main point would be like how you give permission and for users, and how to manage group management permission. And for networking, like network setting, SSH would be a very important module and concept in here, as well as like firewall setting. So I think if you go through these basics commands, you will be all right on most part. So
Yeah, you're right. Just one more thing. So, just a hint for the preparation for when you are practicing these commands, so it is better like to have a Linux environment, because once you practice those, so yeah, they will be kind of embedded into your mind and it will be easy to remember. Like
mhm,
just going through these, one can easily forget. So it's better to have some kind of VM
mhm,
for yourself, so that everyone can like practice them. Otherwise you can like easily forget them if you're not a regular user of Linux.
totally, totally. So even like oops, oh yes, CMOD, yes, changing permission. That's true. That would be in the system command. So if you take a look in here, it they would mention about CMOD somewhere. Like I saw it, and also like when I mentioned about the module, like make sure to go through all of the details on that module, because these are the content from Linux Foundation. So they would likely to have something overlap on that. So I think that's it for today. Did you guys all sign up for the exams yet? You guys got a sign up pack, all right?
Uh, I'll take it offline with you, Jane. You can, since I joined late first time, so you can just give me the link offline, Jane.
Oh,
This is in
yes,
Brooklyn.
yes.
So,
So it's on the resource channel. So if you take a look at the resource, you will see my announcement on the how LFCI is looking for participate and how to get the sign up for the beta exam. So yes,
oh,
so it's on the resource channel.
okay.
Yes, but the point is there will be a limited number of people who can sign up for the exam. So if you haven't do that, please do that as soon as possible, because the last date to take the test would be on the 29th. So
Oh, wow.
yes,
Okay.
but then most of these things are very basic and fundamentals, and
Yeah.
these they give it out for free, so it's worth to take a shot.
Yep. Okay, cool. Thanks.
So I think I missed someone chat here. Okay, I cannot pull out the chat. Okay, I cannot see the chat at the moment. So you guys all doing
Yeah.
all right?
It's okay. It's okay. Actually, I was just telling that that I registered for the 27th.
Oh, okay. Awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. So when are you guys gonna take the exam? Do you guys all sign up for a certain date yet? No.
I'll let you know later today.
Okay, okay, sure. Okay, so if everyone is all right, I think I'll close the session today unless you guys have more thing to share on the exam. So good luck, you guys. I'll put this on, but I think most of you guys have the access to the material already. I'll try to put it on, and also the YouTube video of this, so you guys can take a look back and see the reference. So good luck, and I'll see you again on the next year. So we will resume the session on the, I believe I tell everyone is on the 10th of January, where we will resume the DP 200 session. Okay, so I see the registration is on 27, 29, and 27. So good luck, and yeah, good luck at the exam, and hope we all gonna get the certificate. And since I'm not gonna see you guys again, so happy holidays to everyone too.
Yep, you
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank
Happy
you.
holidays.
Bye bye.
Good luck. Good luck, everyone. Bye.
Yeah, good luck everyone.